Thong stood just off camera, cheeks rising and falling quickly as the director finally called it. Director Min, cut. That's a wrap for a scene. Good work, Thong. The room erupted in applause. But they didn't hear it. His hands were clenched tightly, his heart heavy. He wasn't proud of what he did, but he reminded himself why he did it. He quickly walked off set, barely stopping to change clothes, still half drenched in anxiety and shame. When he reached the director's lung, the assistant handed him an envelope. Assistant, Director Min asked me to give you this. Said he kept his promise. I opened a thick stack of cash, more than expected. Thank you. He didn't wait. He shoved the money into his bag, ready to go straight home, straight to Jungkook. He wanted to surprise him, tell him everything, but little did he know, Jungkook is not there anymore. He rushed outside the building. Just as he was about to call the cab, someone called him from behind. Seokjin, where are you rushing to? Thong turned, surprised. Seokjin, still in his set cloth, was walking toward him, holding his keys. Thong, I need to go home. Seokjin, come on, I will drive you. It's on my way. Thong hesitated, then nodded. Okay, thank you, Young. They got into Seokjin's slick back car. Thong sat in the passenger seat, hugging his bag tightly, the money inside it practically burning a hole in his heart. Just as Seokjin started the car across the street, Jungkook stood frozen. He had come with a single goal to apologize, to say he was sorry for walking away yesterday, but his eyes made something else entirely. There, right in front of him, was Thong sitting in Seokjin's car, the same actor who had kissed Thong hours ago, the same man Jungkook saw all over him on that bed on camera, and now they were living together. Jungkook, in his mind, he didn't even wait 24 hours. Did he love me or not? His chest tightened painfully, his eyes burning with tears, his fist clenched at his side. He turned away slowly, trying not to let his emotions spill, walking down the street with a forced breath. Seokjin casually, you okay, Thong? You look pale. Thong quietly, yeah, just tired. He looked out of the window, unaware that he had just broken Jungkook's heart all over again, unintentionally. They stares out of the window, his fingers loosely gripping the strap of his bag, the envelope of cash still tucked inside. Seokjin glanced over him, brows furrowed with concern. Are you okay, Dave? You have been too quiet since you got in. Thong let out a breath. I need to go somewhere else first, not home. Seokjin raising an brow. Where? Thong softly. To meet someone, the city's best lawyer, Kim Namjoon. Seokjin. This is about the same issue, isn't it? The one you took the bold scene for. Thong nodded silently, biting his bottom lip. He didn't want to talk about it, but he wasn't going to hide anymore either. Thong quietly. Yes, it's for Jungkook, his father. He is trying to take everything his mother left behind. We can't let that happen. This money is the first step. A few seconds passed in silence. Then Seokjin spoke again, this time softly. I'm going with you. Thong looked at him. No, Young. You don't have to get involved. I can handle this on my own. Seokjin stopped the car and turned it to him. I am your friend. A friend doesn't sit back when someone they care about is fighting alone, especially for someone this serious. You think I will let you walk into a lawyer's office carrying the weight of all this by yourself? No, I cannot. So I'm coming with you. Thong eyes softened. He didn't say anything for a moment. Finally, he nodded. Okay, thank you, Young. Seokjin smiled gently and started the engine again. Good, because Kim Namjoon is anything like people says. We will need both brain and beauty to win him over. Thai nodded, his first laugh in a day, but under that smile, His heart stayed focused on one thing: justice for Shankar, for everything that had been stolen from him. The street was dimly lit. Crickets chirped in the background, but their sound was drowned by the shouting of John Jungkook, standing in the gate of mansion that once was his home. A half-empty bottle of soju dangled from his finger. His eyes bloodshot, pain and rage clouding his features. Jungkook, ailing. Are you happy now? You got what you wanted, didn't you? He stumbled forward, pressing a hand against the iron gate, and shouted louder. You took everything from me. Everything. My house, my mom's memories, my peace, even Theong. His voice broke. The gate cracked open slowly, and Mr. Jeon walked out in his slick robe, looking at his son with that same smug, cruel smirk. Mr. Jeon, mocking. What's all this nonsense, Jungkook? Getting drunk in public now? Pathetic. Jungkook wiped his mouth with a back of his hand, rage boiling inside him. Because of you, I have nothing left. Nothing. You didn't just kill mom, you killed me too. Mr. John softly scoffed. Oh, please. Your mother was a fool, and now you are acting like one too, crying over that little actor of yours. Good thing. At least now, I won't have to feel ashamed of having a son who sleeps with men. Jungkook froze, then slowly his head lifted, eyes blazing. What did you just say? Mr. John smirked wider, stepping closer. I said, good, he's out of your life. Now you can finally find a girl and have like a real John. That was it. Jungkook dropped the bottle. It shattered on the ground. You are not even a father. He grabbed Mr. John's collar, slamming him against the gate. You murdered my mother with your betrayal. You stole her home, and now you are mocking the only person who ever loved me when you don't even know what love means. Mr. John guards flinched but hesitated, surprised by Jungkook's outburst. But Mr. John didn't look scared. He just laughed in his face. Mr. John coldly, touch me again, Jungkook, and I will bury you. Jungkook didn't move. His fist shook. His jaw clenched, but he let go. He took a shaky step back. I will see you in court. And with that, he turned and walked away, broken. But there was the anger in him, his eyes that can destroy his father. The office was lined with thick law books, framed degree on wall, and a clean glass table in the center. Kim Namjoon in a tolerant suit, leaning back in his chair, listening closely as Thong finished explaining everything from Jungkook's inheritance to Mr. Jeon's betrayal to the forgot papers. Namjoon slowly tapped his finger together, processing the case. Namjoon, calmly, it's a strong case. If we can prove manipulation or forgery in the property transfer, the law will be on your side. We will need the old documents of his mother's signature for that. Thong hopefully. So you will take this case? Namjoon gave a small smile, but his eyes didn't soften. My face is hard, Thongshi. I don't usually work for sympathy. Thong immediately reached to his bag and placed the thick envelope of money on the table. This is all I have for now. I will find a way to pay the rest later, please. Namjoon looked at the envelope, then leaned back, folding his arms. Are you close to Seokshin? He glanced back where Seokshin was sitting on the couch. Thong blinked in confusion, then turned back to look at Seokshin. Young? Yeah, he is a friend. Why? Namjoon casually. Well, I don't do charity, but I suppose I could adjust my fees just this once. If you introduce me to your charming friend, Thong tilting his head. You mean Jin Young? Namjoon nodded. Yes. If I am going to fight a messy legal war, at least let me enjoy some company afterward. Thong exhaled and glanced over his shoulder. Seokjun had been sitting quietly on the single sofa by the door, crossing his phone, but clearly keeping an ear on the everything. Tong calling out, "Young, come here." Seokjin stood and walked over casually. Namjoon, this is Kim Seokjin, my friend, the one you asked about. Namjoon stood from his seat, extending a hand with a smile. Pleasure to meet you. I have heard a lot, indirectly. Seokjin resident bro, but shook his head with a smirk. From the or from your imagination? Namjoon chuckled. Let's say both. This was a short moment of eye contact that said more than either of them spoke out loud. Thong watching them blinked a little surprised. Namjoon to Thong. Alright then. You have your lawyer, and I guarantee you, Thong-shi, we are going to win. Thong stood and bowed slightly in gratitude. Thank you so much. Namjoon nodded, then turned it slightly to Seokjin again. Maybe we can go over the case file together something? Dinner, maybe? Seokjin did not answer immediately. Then with a teasing smile, we will see if you win. The courthouse buzzed with reporters, lawyers, and murmurs. Today was the first official hearing of Jeon Jungkook versus Mr. Jeon. Jungkook stood quietly in the corner of the large marble floored lobby, his fingers fixated with the cuff of his sleeve. His heart was heavy, not just with anxiety, but confusion. He didn't even hire a lawyer, yet someone had filed a case on his behalf. His phone buzzed. Namjoon, 9:14 a.m. I'm waiting near courtroom. 4. Let's go over things one last time. Jungkook looked up just in time to see Kim Namjoon, tall and sharp, in a dark blue suit, walking confidently toward him. Jungkook, Mr. Kim? Namjoon, nodding. Jungkook-shi? They walked toward the courtroom together. Jungkook finally asked, Jungkook, why are you doing this for me? I already told you, I don't have much money. I can't pay. Please listen to me, sir. I don't have money to pay you. You still have time to back off. I don't want to face the humiliation. Namjoon smiles faintly. I know you have no money, but once we win, you will have it, plenty of it. So you can pay me later. Moreover, I like a good challenge. Jungkook-shi, and this case, it's a storm fitting to be crushed. That father of yours had bruised too many throats. I want to dig them out, including your mom's death. Jungkook softly. But no lawyer, just a case like this, for fun. Namjoon is adjusting his watch, little bit nervous now. Let's just say I am passionate about justice. That's enough for now. Jungkook frowned slightly, still suspicious, but the lawyer's confidence gave him a strange sense of calm. What he didn't know, Thong had warned Namjoon strictly. Don't tell him I am paying. He will drop the case. He is too proud. Let him think it's all you who is doing this to get new challenge. And Namjoon had agreed, not just out of professionalism, but because there was something deeply admirable about both men, especially Thong's sacrifice. Inside the courtroom, Mr. Jeon arrived in a custom suit with his personal attorney and bodyguard. He smirked at the moment he saw Jungkook standing across the room. Mr. Jeon loudly, Look, who still think he has a chance? Got a second-hand lawyer from charity now? Namjoon calmly stepped in front of Jungkook. I didn't take charity cases, Mr. Jeon. I take winnable cases. The smirk on Mr. Jeon's face faded just a second as they all took their places inside the courtroom. The judge entered and silence fell. The hearing began. Names were read. The property dispute declared. Papers filed. Namjoon stood presenting the core of the argument. My client Jeon Jungkook was unlawfully removed from his inherited property. We believe that my client's former mother has transferred everything to my client, but my client's father, Mr. Jeon, snatched it from my client and kicked him out of his own mother's property. Mr. Jeon's lawyer rolled his eyes. All painless claims. The documents are legally sound. The mother gave everything willingly. Namjoon didn't flinch. Let's see what the forensic analysis says. I have submitted a report to examine. the original document for forgery and handwriting comparison. The judge nodded, accepted. Hearing resumed in 2 weeks after preliminary analysis. The growl fell as the courtroom cleared. Mr. John stopped near Namjoon and Jungkook. Mr. John mocking, I give your lawyer 2 more hearings before he back out, son. Jungkook quiet but strong. Don't call me your son. You lost that right long ago. Namjoon gave a small nod to Jungkook, signaling it was time to leave. Outside the court, as they walked into the sun, Jungkook exhaled for the first time all day. Thanks for standing for me, Namjoon, simply smiling. You are not standing alone. And far in the distance, Tong stood hidden behind the court pillar, watching them leave. His heart ached. Still, he smiles a little. He didn't need credit. He just needed Jungkook to win. The courtroom was silent. Jungkook sat beside Namjoon, head clenched tightly on his lap. His eyes focused ahead. Thong sat at the very back of the courtroom, wrapped a cap and mask, quietly praying with every breath. Mr. John, arrogant as ever, whispered to his lawyer with a smug smile. His girlfriend sat beside him, all dolled up, barely hiding her boredom. The judge entered and the final hearing began. Judge, stern. This court has received all the evidence regarding the property dispute between Mr. John Jungkook and Mr. John Tojin. We have also received the forensic analysis of the original will. Just stood up confidently, sliding a folder across the table. The forensic report proves that the will presented by Mr. John Dojin was altered. The signature of the late Mrs. John was forgot property. I might add, the original copy recovered from the lawyer who managed her assets clearly state that the property was to go to her son, John Shankar, and only him. Cash echoed through the courtroom. Mr. John's eyes widened. His lawyer whispered urgently, but it was too late. Judge, forgery of legal documents, especially involving inheritance, is a serious offense. As of today, all property and assets left behind by late Mrs. John shall be returned to her rightful heir, John Shankar. Mr. John stood up shouting, This is a lie. That woman, she never wanted him to. Judge slamming the gravel. Silence in the courtroom. Mr. John, you are now being investigated for fraud and obstruction of justice. His girlfriend stood up, shocked. You said this was yours. You said it all belongs to you. Mr. John tried to argue, but security was already moving toward him. Meanwhile, Jungkook sat frozen, eyes slowly lifting with tears. Namjoon gently touched his shoulder. Namjoon, softly, you won, Jungkook. It's all yours. Your mother's trust wasn't in vain. Jungkook just nodded, a tear slipping down his eyes. He wished Tai could be beside him, but he is not because Jungkook himself pushed him away. Sit outside the courtroom. Reporter tried to get his interview, but Jungkook walked past them silently, with Namjoon shielding him from the flashes. Just then, he spotted Taeyong standing at the corner. Taeyong smiled. Jungkook's breath stopped as his eyes met Tae's, who quickly looked away and started walking away from him. He didn't get a chance to say anything to Tae. The conference room was quiet. There present the top executive of John Jungkook's empire. Large posters of their latest product launch were pinned on the glass wall. At the center of the room, a chair remained empty, reserved for the face of the campaign. The door opened. Kim Taeyong stepped in confident, graceful, dressed in black. Camera loved him, fans worshipped him, magazine called for him, nation's face. But as his eyes landed on John Jungkook, sitting at the head of the table in the three-piece suit, his heart skipped a beat. Jungkook too felt it, that damn tug in his chest. He hadn't seen Taeyong in a year, not since that day, not says the scene, but his face remained unreadable. Jungkook, hardly. You are late. Dong gulped down the nervousness. 5-minute traffic. Jungkook, coldly flipping through the file. You used to be early when you weren't too busy stripping on camera. The room went dead silent. Dong stuck it upbeat, feeling angry, but he didn't lose temper. So, this is how you greet someone after a year? Jungkook shrugging. I'm just surprised. Same Dong who once begged for casting now cost a fortune. Fame changes people. Dong sharp. And pain changes people too. I learned that the hard way. Jungkook stood from his chair, walking toward Dong slowly. You think I forgot that day? You with him? Dong sternly. You saw a scene, Jungkook. You didn't see the reason behind it. Jungkook angry. I saw enough. You didn't chase after me. You didn't explain. You just disappeared. Dong. I was paying for your lawyer to win you your mother's house back while starving myself to sleep, but you never asked. The silence sunk just for a moment. The staff in the room began quietly leaving, sensing the rising storm. Now it was just Jungkook and Dong alone in the room. Jungkook softening but still bitter. Liar. So, why did you agree to this shoot? Dong let Jungkook's dark gaze. Because I promised myself I would never run away again. Not from you, not from the pain. I am here, even if it means standing in front of the man who hates me the most. Jungkook whispering, I don't hate you. Dong looked at him, then stop acting like you do. Silence again. So heavy it could be here. Then Jungkook turned it away. Makeup and wardrobe are down the hall. The shows start in an hour. Don't be late this time. Dong nodded, but before leaving, he looked over his shoulder. You are still holding on to the version of me never got to explain himself. Maybe in time you ask why. And with that, he walked out, leaving Shankar staring at the floor, his heart shattering once again. The set was bustling with lights, cameras, crew, makeup artists, and stylists. A luxury perfume ad was being filmed slick, sensual, and elegant. Dong stood in front of the camera, now dressed in a sharp black tuxedo, shirt unbuttoned just slightly at the collar. His makeup was light, his skin glowing under the soft light. He looked like a god. The director called out, Director, Scene 3, selective gaze into the camera. Think mysterious, think vulnerable and strong. Ready? Rolling. The camera began moving. Dong lifted his eyes and looked into the lens. But in this case, there was something more, something real. Like he wasn't just acting, he was remembering the night he held Jungkook's hand while he cried silently for his mother. The day he signed that bold scene contract with shaky fingers. The moment he watched Jungkook walk away from set, heartbroken. His expression was perfect. The director was stunning. Director, cut. That was incredible. Apples scattered around, but in the shadow, leaning against the black curtain of the studio, second floor, Jungkook stood silently. He had come to observe the shoot, but really, he just wanted to see him, and what he saw broke him. He wasn't looking at a bold scene actor. He wasn't looking at the boy who sold himself. He was looking at Dong, the man who carried his word without even shaking for thanks. Jungkook whispered, You were hurting too. His grip tightened around the railing. Before coming here, he has talked to Namjoon about the case and who paid him. The lawyer said it's Kim Dong. It cleared that Jungkook saved it out, and him saying he did everything for Jungkook. He must have starved himself, as he mentioned it, while paying for Jungkook lawyer. And now, how dare him insulting Dong in front of so many board members? Well, that makes him feel guilty. Dong walked out of the dressing room in casual clothes, wiping off the last bit of makeup. Suddenly, he turned the corner and froze. Jungkook stood there alone. Dong, oh, you scared me. Jungkook, sorry for that. Just wanted to tell you, you were amazing there. Dong softly, were you watching? Jungkook, yes. Jungkook quietly, you looked beautiful. Dong, bitter smile. I always did. Even when I was breaking, right? Jungkook looking down. I didn't know about the lawyer, about everything. Dong voice shaking slightly. You didn't ask. Jungkook stepping closer. I hated you, Tae, but not because of what you did. I hated you because you were the only person I couldn't stop loving, even when I thought you betrayed me. Dong closed his eyes. I never stopped loving you, even when I was crawling through fire just to save you. Jungkook stepped even closer, their breaths almost mingling. Can we try again? Dong looked into his eyes, tone fragile, still burning. I want to, but this time you don't walk away before listening. Jungkook nodding. I promise. A pause, a breath, and then Dong stepped forward and pulled Jungkook into a slow, desperate hug. Not everything was fixed, but this time they weren't broken alone. With the time, they both will heal.